Hello and a very warm welcome to Front Page, only on the AIM network, India's definitive media organization and voice on everything AI and technology. And today is a very special show. We all at Front Page want to wish our brilliant producer, Sandeep Iyer. Very happy birthday, Sandeep. And of course, here are the headlines. The AI Cold War, of course, reaches a boiling point, from a massive data heist in the West to a new command center in the East. The global map is being redrawn. And of course, here are the headlines. IBM stock has slipped after new Claude AI powered tool began targeting old COBOL systems. We explain what this means for legacy modernization deals, Indian IT services firms, and the future of enterprise AI work emerging from India. Anthropic has accused Chinese groups of industrial-scale theft of its Claude models using millions of prompts. We look at how AI models can be stolen, what this signals about a United States-China AI Cold War, and where India fits in on the AI safety and open models. Amazon has opened its second largest office in Asia in Bengaluru. We discuss what this says about India's importance in global AI, cloud and e-commerce, and how it could reshape the tech job map for Indian engineers and developers. And finally, Andhra Pradesh, along with BharatGen, is building a Telugu-first AI hub. We explore how local language AI can transform governance, citizen services, and startups, and whether this is the right way to build AI for everyone in India. Anthropic Chief Executive Dario Amodei previously described the arrival of artificial intelligence as a tsunami. This week, financial markets reacted to that prediction as a literal event. IBM stock has experienced its sharpest single-day decline since 2000. The sell-off followed a revelation from Anthropic that its Claude AI can now streamline and modernize COBOL systems. Wall Street investors are currently assessing the risks to the fundamental infrastructure of global finance. There is widespread concern that AI automation may rapidly replace the legacy software foundation of the banking sector. Anthropic's latest research has landed with the force of a controlled demolition. Their AI, Claude, can now deconstruct COBOL, the digital equivalent of, well, ancient Latin that has powered global banking since the era of the first moon landing. The system untangles complex software knots and translates operations that were once considered lost to history. It uncovers vulnerabilities in seconds, automating highly specialized audits that previously kept legions of consultants on the payrolls for years. For decades, IBM held the exclusive keys to this very kingdom, well, profiting from being the only entity capable of navigating these antique systems. Anthropic has now effectively handed those keys to the public for a very modest monthly fee. Unwilling to hang around for an explanation, shareholders are very promptly headed for the exits. So, well, would you like to say hello to COBOL? Well, at first, you may not know COBOL, but it knows your bank balance by heart. This 65-year-old code manages your insurance, your mortgage, and your midnight ATM runs. It is the invisible ancient machinery of the financial world. But this old world mechanism, or for that matter, great granddad, is creaking loudly in the joints. Its original creators have long since swapped keyboards for, well, golf clubs, or for that matter, retirement homes, leaving behind systems without any instruction manuals. And for decades, dragging these relics into the 21st century was dismissed as a very taxing, expensive suicide mission. But that fear psychosis has been put to bed. And because of that, it will hurt Big Blue, because IBM has long profited from the sheer headache of old technology. They provide the massive hardware, the specialized software, and an army of experts paid to keep the whole thing from falling over. If this new software compresses a 5-year overhaul into a mere 6 months, the lucrative consultancy fees simply evaporates. And that is because the protective wall that once shielded IBM's business model has been breached, and the high ground it once monopolized has been displaced from right under its feet. While of course all of that sounds marvelous, we feel a dose of realism is necessary. While the enthusiasm is gathering pace, there is an inevitable complication, and that is because skeptics are already questioning the feasibility of such a massive shift. Financial institutions do not cling to these systems out of affection, but rather for their proven reliability. One does not simply gamble with a rewrite of a platform managing billions in daily transactions. Modernizing these architectures is far more than a technical challenge. It is actually a regulatory deal. And here is why. While software may produce the code, but the burden of accountability still remains with the human directors. Because if the system fails, a digital assistant cannot be held liable in a court of law. Yeah. A fierce battle for the future of business has begun. Tech leaders in California are claiming the old ways are finished, done and dusted, and that is because they want a world run entirely by machines. While traditional firms are fighting back by using their long-standing connections to warn that rushing into automation without proper control is a certain recipe for a total disaster. So rather than a sudden end, this is actually a frantic race for change. And success will depend on whether new high-speed software can actually replace the safety and trust of human management. And here is, as always, the front page take. Technology has finally removed the financial barrier that has protected COBOL for 60 years. While the programming language has not been replaced overnight, AI has significantly lowered the cost of moving away from these systems, putting long-standing IT infrastructures under very new pressure. As a result, the industry is witnessing a major shift in the mainframe era. With the economic justification for these older systems fading, the future of the platform is being widely debated. So the question we would like to leave you with is this. Is the current drop in IBM's price just a temporary discount, or is it the start of a permanent decline because the mainframe era is over? Please do let us know in the comments below. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Front Page by the AIM Network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM. New developments from Anthropic are shaking the global tech market and challenging older companies. As artificial intelligence moves faster than laws can actually keep up, traditional industry leaders face a very difficult future. However, behind this technical progress, a serious struggle is growing. Anthropic has now made a formal complaint regarding international security. Their specific claim involves the large-scale theft of technology by China. This marks a major escalation in the global AI race. Here we go. Digital spaces are now arenas for public conflict. Elon Musk joined the fray with a pointed pun, Miss Anthropic. A cheeky insult or a fair point? Well, till you decide, here is how it played out. Anthropic alleges that Chinese firms DeepSeek, Moonshot AI, and Minimax conducted a coordinated data extraction campaign. The operation reportedly used 24,000 fraudulent accounts and proxy networks to mask 16 million interactions with the Claude model. The company describes the activity as an industrial-scale attempt to, without any authority, improve, rival artificial intelligence systems. The aim was to extract the model's intelligence. They targeted Claude's skills in coding, reasoning, and using tools. The specific features that make it one of the most advanced AI systems available. And of course, if you're wondering about how, through a process called distillation. Knowledge distillation is a standard practice used to create smaller, more efficient AI models. However, Anthropic claims these boundaries were totally ignored. Rather than developing their own original technology, these companies reportedly used Claude's response to train their systems at a much lower cost. This shift turns a common technical process into a very serious breach of trust. Minimax, 13 million exchanges. When we talk about Moonshot, 3.4 million. DeepSeek, 150,000 targeted strikes. It's actually the inception of AI. They're actually stealing thoughts to build a dream. This goes beyond a corporate dispute, and it should matter to all of us because Anthropic warns that distilled models are a public risk because they lack essential safety rules. These systems can be used for cyber attacks or to bypass international security laws. If advanced skills can simply be copied, current regulations actually fail. Experts say the window to fix this security gap is closing, and that too fast. And they aren't alone. Earlier this month, OpenAI told US lawmakers Chinese firms are attempting to free ride on frontier model capabilities. It's an AI Cold War, and it's getting brutally cold. The United States wants to lock down the chips. China wants to put a spanner in the works when it comes to cost. DeepSeek has already disrupted the market with its low pricing. But does this represent genuine innovation, or is this simply efficient use of others' work? But you know what? Wait, there is a catch. Elon Musk's misanthropic comment hits a nerve. Every major AI lab, including Anthropic, built their empires on data, internet-scale data. They scraped the web, they took the work of artists, writers, and coders. Anthropic just settled a copyright lawsuit. Glass houses? Anyone? So where is the line? Is it training when we do it, but theft when they do it? The internet is split into three camps. Number one, this is a national security crisis. And number two, this is just smart optimization. And finally, at number three, AI has always been built on shared knowledge. And here, of course, is the front page take. Artificial intelligence is the new global power. We know that. Major labs are no longer just companies. They are now vital national assets. High-level AI skills are strategic tools, and computing power has become a key part of international diplomacy. The era of open sharing is ending, replaced by a world of protected silos. The real question is no longer who can build the smartest machine, but actually who holds the keys to the very technology. Is this copying process just a new way to build on existing ideas, or are we watching the biggest theft of original work in history? Please do share your thoughts in the comments below. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Front Page by the AIM Network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM. A new landmark for Bengaluru, a new home for a giant. Amazon has moved into the north, right by the airport. A tactical choice? Clearly. A symbol of power? Most definitely. On February 23rd, they inaugurated a campus that is frankly massive. 1.1 million square feet, 12 floors, 5 acres, enough room for 7,000 employees. When we consider the scale of this project, here it goes. It represents Amazon's largest workplace outside the United States, based right here in Karnataka. As their 10th local site, it cements the region's status as a global powerhouse. Industries Minister M.B. Patil was there. He called it a boost for jobs and innovation. Of course he did. And of course, Samir Kumar, Amazon's India country manager, spoke about permanence. He described India as a priority and Bengaluru as the heart of their global operations. A walkthrough of the facility actually unveils a design of a modern digital city. When we step outside, there is an amphitheater, sports courts, wellness zones. And then, of course, when we step back inside again, there are medical centers, interfaith prayer rooms. Since 2010, Amazon has poured over $40 billion into India. And they aren't done. They have actually committed another $35 billion by 2030. And it is being utilized for AI infrastructure, the cloud, logistics, digitizing small businesses. Amazon are aiming for 3.8 million jobs and actually want to enable $80 billion worth in exports. It is interesting what is unfolding because we have Microsoft, which has committed $17.5 billion for AI and cloud. Google is building massive data infrastructure. Amazon is doubling down, as we just spoke about it. And of course, India is reaping the benefits because India's era as a low-cost service hub is over. Today, the nation offers vast talent, rapid digital growth, and unmatched scale. India is no longer just a support center. It is actually a primary driver of a global technology hub. Which of course brings us to why and what about Bengaluru. Critics love to say the city is choking. Traffic, infrastructure, you know what, the usual complaints which we all have to deal with. But you know what, Amazon arrived here 20 years ago. Today, they have 7 fulfillment centers right here, 3 sort centers, 130 delivery stations, and now this massive headquarter. The city is gaining strategic depth, and they're doing it environmentally clean. The campus targets net zero carbon by 2040. High efficiency, responsible sourcing, it's green, it's big, and you know what? It's here. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, along with the Amazon headquarter office, the front page take. This move by Amazon is about influence. Amazon is weaving itself into the very fabric of India, from AI code to logistics. Global giants are building their future right here, and of course, they also consider India as a huge market. And Bengaluru has become the new nerve center. This, ladies and gentlemen, is front page by the AIM network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM. Silicon Valley had its run. The English-speaking elite had their fun. But the math is changing, the map is shifting, and the language of power, it just got a very serious Telugu accent. Amravati are building a digital nervous system. Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu just shook hands with BharatGen. The mission? A statewide AI tech hub. Telugu first, local always. No more lost in translation. No more ChatGPT hallucinating about your village. Global AI is a tourist. It knows the Taj Mahal, but it doesn't know your soil. It knows Wall Street, but it's clueless about Raithu Bazaar. Andhra Pradesh is tired of waiting for the West to localize. So, they're building the stack themselves. BharatGen CEO Rishi Bal and Professor Ganesh Ramakrishnan are the architects. They aren't just coding, they are actually translating the very future. This is the new elite of global governance. They have traded political speeches for the power of code. Farmers getting weather insights in their mother tongue. Fishermen navigating the coast with AI-turned GPS. AI-tuned GPS. Students learning deep tech without a dictionary in their lap. It's actually so encouraging to see this take shape as public infrastructure. Almost like electricity, like water. And you know what? Intelligence on tap for every citizen. We've heard the $1 trillion dream before. We've seen the MOU signing photo opportunities. But there is a snag. Execution is going to be a mammoth task. Data sovereignty is the new border war. They signed 7 MOUs at the AI Impact Summit. If you remember, we covered that on front page. Quantum centers in Amravati. AI academies in 50 colleges. Innovation sandboxes for the restless youth. The numbers for you are like this. Tamil Nadu put up 10,000 crore rupees for a sovereign AI park. Andhra Pradesh just raised the stakes. This is like the new Federation Cup. States aren't competing for factories anymore. They're actually competing for compute. They are competing for talent. The so-called leaders of the past, please better watch their back. And for the younger generation watching this, this is your matrix moment. You don't have to move to San Jose to build the future. The sandboxes are opening in your very own backyard. Language is no longer the gatekeeper. It's actually the key. If you can speak it, you can prompt it. If you can prompt it, you can own it. We know for a fact that India's AI war won't be won in English. The Silicon Valley global model is a one-size-fits-all suit, and it doesn't fit the culture at all. The real win, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Bengali. The dialects are the data. The data is the gold, and Andhra Pradesh is just starting to mine. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the front page take. The first wave of AI was about productivity, making rich companies slightly richer. The next wave, society scale transformation, deploying intelligence at population scale. The states that move first, they don't just win the news cycle, they actually start to define the century ahead. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Front Page by the AIM Network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM.